Hi there. Today, we're embarking on a captivating journey as we step back in time to explore the legendary TV series, Petticoat Junction. I'm sure many of you hold fond memories of this classic series. Petticoat Junction is a timeless gem that has left an indelible mark on television history. Join us as we relive the magic, revisiting the movies with the entire cast, then and now. We'll uncover the original identities and ages of the talented actors from the show and witness how they've transformed in the year 2024. So without further ado, let's dive into the world of Petticoat Junction together. Number 1. Edgar Buchanan as Uncle Joe Carson. Ever experienced that overwhelming mountain of work, and all you crave is some kickback and relax time? Well, let me introduce you to Joe, the connoisseur of laziness who has turned avoiding hard work into an art form. Dodging heavy lifting and strenuous tasks, Joe does it like a seasoned pro. Find Joe, and you'll find him where he reigns supreme, on the front porch of the Shady Rest Hotel, rocking away in his beloved rocking chair. He's not just a master of relaxation, he's the sultan of snooze, making laziness look like a finely crafted skill. Best known to TV audiences as Uncle Joe Carson on Petticoat Junction, Green Acres, and the Beverly Hillbillies, Edgar Buchanan moved with his family to Oregon not long after his birth, and after studying at the University of Oregon, Buchanan followed in his father's footsteps and became a dentist. In 1939, Buchanan and his wife moved to Altadena, California, where he got involved with the Pasadena Players. After landing his first film role in 1939's My Son is Guilty, he left dentistry to pursue acting professionally. Despite his late start, Buchanan had no trouble getting started. While he appeared in a number of popular films, including Penny Serenade, Shane, and The Talk of the Town, Buchanan made his biggest impact on TV playing Uncle Joe. First cast on Petticoat Junction in 1963, Buchanan would go on to play Uncle Joe in more than 240 episodes between the three shows that shared the character, which was retired in 1970 when Petticoat Junction was canceled. Buchanan retired in 1974 after completing Benji, a family adventure that reunited him with Higgins, the unnamed dog who ran about Petticoat Junction. Uncle Joe Carson played by Edgar Buchanan when he was 60 years old. Sadly, Buchanan died from a stroke complicated by pneumonia in Palm Desert, California. Number 2. Linda Henning as Betty Jo Bradley. Betty Jo, immersed in the world of books and fueled by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, stands as an intellectual force to be reckoned with. Her intelligence extends beyond the pages. Betty Jo possesses a spirit that hungers for excitement and exploration. Much like a contemporary Indiana Jones, she fearlessly seeks adventure in the most unexpected corners of life. Linda Henning, who portrayed Betty Jo, and her on-screen husband, played by Mike Minor, translated their on-screen chemistry into a real-life marriage that lasted from 1968 until their divorce in 1973. Linda Henning entered the entertainment scene with an episode of Mr. Ed in 1962, and her prominence grew as Betty Jo in both The Beverly Hillbillies 1962 and Petticoat Junction 1963. Being the daughter of both series creators, she was a significant crossover figure. Henning's later career comprised minor roles in prominent shows. Notably, she appeared in 2 episodes each of Mork and Mindy in 1979 and Happy Days in 1977 and 1984. One of her final acting stints featured her in 5 episodes of Sliders, with the last episode airing in 2000. Betty Jo Bradley, played by Linda Henning, when she was 19 years old, and now she is 79 years old. Number 3. Bea Benaderet as Kate Bradley. Kate, a woman with a heart as vast as the Texas sky, embodying the essence of the ultimate mother bear. Raising her 3 daughters with boundless love, unwavering goodance, and a touch of magic, Kate is the guardian angel of Hooterville, spreading warmth and comfort like a cozy quilt on a chilly night. In the small town's tapestry, Kate's presence is akin to a soothing breeze, A constant source of support and nurturing care, Kate, portrayed by Elia Bernett, served as the matriarch in Petticoat Junction, earning praise for her comforting lead role. Unfortunately, Bernett's death during Season 6 was a heartbreaking moment for fans. Although the show continued for 2 more seasons, the absence of Kate contributed to declining ratings. Bernett began her acting career in 1940 and became Warner Brothers' primary voice for adult female supporting characters by 1943, featuring in multiple Merry Melodies and Looney Tunes shorts. In the late 40s, her friendship with Paul Henning led to significant opportunities, and she became a key part of the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for nearly 300 episodes. Her role in Petticoat Junction marked her final performance as she passed away in 1968 at the age of 62 from lung cancer. June Lockhart later joined the cast as Dr. Janet Craig, attempting to fill the void left by Bernett, but no one could replace her. Kate Bradley played by Elia Bernett when he was 57 years old. Sadly, Bernett died on October 13, 1968, of lung cancer and pneumonia at Good Samaritan Hospital in Los Angeles, No. 4. Frank Katy as Sam Drucker. Ever heard the saying, "When life gives you lemons, make lemonade"? Well, when life hurls a cascade of tasks at Sam, he transforms it into a spectacular circus of customer delight. From the crack of dawn to the quiet of dusk, Sam is like a whirlwind of service, spinning around with a smile that outshines a supernova. He's the happiness hero, ensuring every customer walks away with a grin as wide as the Grand Canyon. Frank Katy, best known for his lovable role as the storekeeper, Sam Drucker on popular sitcoms like The Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and Green Acres, became an icon of early American television. His journey into comedy began while working on the campus humor magazine at Stanford University, where he graduated with a BA in speech and drama. In the 60s, Katy found regular work in television, accumulating numerous guest roles and securing a recurring role as Doc Williams on the popular sitcom The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. His most iconic period came with the simultaneous series The Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and Green Acres, where he portrayed Drucker from 1963, the start of Petticoat Junction, to 1971, the end of Green Acres. After this successful era, Katy gradually appeared less on TV, making his final screen appearance in the 1990 TV movie Return to Green Acres. Sam Drucker played by Frank Katy when he was 47 years old. Frank Katy died of natural cause at his home on June 8, 2012, at age 96. Number 5. Laurie Saunders as Bobby Jo Bradley. Bobby Jo with her curiosity is akin to a cat with 9 lives, ceaselessly exploring new knowledge and ideas like a cosmic explorer. While her sisters might be twirling in a country dance, Bobby Jo has her head buried in books, unraveling mysteries with the fervor of a detective on a caffeine high. An American actress known for her wholesome good looks, Laurie Saunders was a star of the popular comedy Petticoat Junction in the 1960s. She got her start on The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, making several guest appearances on the family sitcom. This led to other guest appearances on shows such as the crime series Burke's Law and the Western drama Daniel Boone. Saunders joined the cast of Petticoat Junction as Bobby Jo Bradley, replacing another actress who played the role for 2 seasons. The popular rural sitcom ran until 1970, with Saunders appearing in 148 episodes. During the show's run, she also appeared as her Petticoat Junction character on other CBS shows with a rural theme, including The Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres. After the show's cancellation, she appeared again on The Beverly Hillbillies, both as Bobby Jo and Elizabeth Gordon. She also had a regular role on the short-lived Bob Denver comedy Dusty's Trail, and retired from acting in 1980 after appearing in the science fiction film Captive. Bobby Jo Bradley played by Laurie Saunders when she was 24 years old, and now she is 82 years old. Number 6. Ruth Davis as Floyd Smoot. More than just a hairdresser, Floyd is a trusted confidant to many residents. His unique charm and humorous antics have made him a local legend. As the town's jester with scissors, Floyd's distinctive humor has folks chuckling in his barber's chair. He's not just cutting hair, he's weaving a tapestry of laughter. Floyd's love for cracking jokes and pulling pranks on his customers is all in good fun, making him not just a barber but a delightful entertainer in the community. Ruth Davis, an accomplished actor with a notable career primarily on the big screen, made significant contributions to the film industry. Davis initiated his acting journey with roles in various films, including the Bob Burns musical Mountain Music, the comedy Dr. Rhythm with Bing Crosby, and the musical The Big Broadcast of 1938 with W.C. Fields. He also appeared in the Bob Hope comedy adaptation Some Like It Hot and The Trailblazers, Additionally, he featured in the Bob Steele Western Raiders of the Range and the Western Westward Ho with Bob Steele. In the later years of his career, Davis took on roles in Jamboree and The Strawberry Roan. His final acting credit was in the Andy Griffith dramatic comedy Angel in My Pocket. Floyd Smoot played by Ruth Davis when he was 55 years old. Sadly, Rufus Davidson died of heart attack on December 13, 1974, 11 days after his 66th birthday. Number 7. Meredith McCrae as Billie Jo Bradley. Billie Jo, a rising star fueled by talent and a deep passion for music. She's not just a singer, she's a skilled songwriter, often found strumming her guitar and composing her own soulful tunes. With dreams as vast as the open sky, Billie Jo aspires to make it big in the music industry and is unwaveringly determined to pursue her musical career. Her melodies carry dreams, and her lyrics tell stories, painting a canvas of aspirations that echo in every note. Meredith was bitten by the show business bug at an early age. Her father, Gordon McCrae, was a singer and movie idol of the 1950s, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma, 1955, and Carousel, 1956. And her mother, Sheila McCrae, is an actress, comedian, and author who is probably best known as Alice Cramden, 1966-1970, during the second incarnation of Jackie Gleason's The Jackie Gleason Show, 1966, a.k.a. The Honeymooners. At the age of 8, Meredith started her acting career and made her debut in the film By the Light of the Silvery Moon, 1953, which starred her father. Meredith went on to star in 2 of television's prominent family sitcoms during its heyday, Petticoat Junction and My 3 Sons. She also guest-starred in many other television shows, including Fantasy Island, Magnum, P.I., The Rockford Files, and Webster, the highest-rated episode ever. She also appeared in several movies and had a brief singing career. Billie Jo Bradley played by Meredith McCrae when she was 22 years old. Sadly, on July 14, 2000, McCrae died at her Manhattan Beach home at age 56 from complications of brain cancer. Number 8. Mike Minor as Steve Elliott. Steve, the musical maestro whose smile could light up a stadium and charisma could woo the birds from the trees. With the voice of an angel and fingers that dance across the strings like magic, Steve strums his way into Billie Jo Bradley's world. Yet he's more than a talented musician. He's the perfect partner for Billie Jo. The son of television producer Don Feddersen, Mike Minor was raised in San Francisco and educated at University High School in Los Angeles and Brown Military Academy in San Diego. At the age of 14, Mike started taking voice lessons and got his first professional singing gig at the Ye Little Club in Beverly Hills. Mike Minor is best recognized for his role as Steve Elliott on Petticoat Junction. He married actress Linda Henning in 1968, who co-starred on Petticoat Junction as Betty Jo. The marriage lasted for 5 years. Mike has been on several TV soaps, including As the World Turns, All My Children, and Another World, as Dr. Royal Dunning. In 1999, Mike began performing on Broadway at the Duffy Theater, starring as Inspector James Asher in A Perfect Crime. Steve Elliott played by Mike Minor when he was 24 years old. Sadly, Minor died of cancer on January 28, 2016, at age 75. Number 9. Smiley Bernett as Charlie Pratt. Charlie Pratt, the lovable and quirky engineer of the Hooterville Cannonball, the steam-powered train that chugs through the small town. Adorned with his distinctive cowboy hat and fueled by a jovial personality, Charlie injects a hearty dose of humor and charm into the series. Smiley Bernett worked in a variety of genres and built up a diverse and reputable career. Bernett began his acting career with roles in such films as the Western In Old Santa Fe, with Ken Maynard, Melody Trail, and Tumbling Tumbleweeds. He also appeared in Waterfront Lady, the Western The Phantom Empire, with Gene Autry and the Gene Autry musical The Singing Vagabond. His passion for acting continued to his roles in projects like Rootin' Tootin' Rhythm, The Old Corral, and Springtime in the Rockies. He also appeared in the Gene Autry musical Yodelin' Kid from Pine Ridge. In the latter part of his career, he tackled roles in Down Mexico Way, Under Fiesta Stars, and Ridin' on a Rainbow. He also appeared in Heart of the Rio Grande and Heart of the Golden West. Charlie Pratt played by Smiley Bernett when he was 52 years old. Sadly, on February 16, 1967, a month before his 56th birthday, he died from leukemia in Encino, California. Number 10. Janine Riley as Billie Joe Bradley. Billie Joe Bradley is a true firecracker, a force to be reckoned with. Independent, spirited, and fierce, she fearlessly chases her dreams with a twinkle in her eye and a skip in her step. No mountain is too high, no valley too low to keep her from the spotlight she rightfully deserves. When Billie Joe takes the stage, time itself seems to stand still, captivated by the magnetic energy and undeniable talent she brings. After starring with Nick Adams in one of his last films before his untimely death, the action drama Fever Heat, 1968, Janine showed up in her first quality film showcase, albeit a smaller part, with The Comic, 1969, a moving showcase for nimble Dick Van Dyke, as a silent screen star. She found an even better role as dancer barmaid babe Jolene opposite biker Robert Blake in the cult film Electra Glide in Blue, 1973, sharing some potent nude scenes. Back in the country fold on series TV, she appeared in 2 seasons of the cornpone musical variety show Hee Haw, 1969, in which she was featured as a Daisy May-like foil in silly skits. A couple of years later, she was cast in the Gilligan's Island-inspired TV Western Dusty's Trail, 1973, with Bob Denver and Forrest Tucker co-starring as Gilligan Skipper-like characters. Janine's Lulu McQueen was a dead-on take on the pneumatic Ginger Grant role. Petticoat Junction, 1963. Co-star Laurie Saunders co-starred in the series as innocent Betsy McGuire, a variation of the Mary Ann character. It lasted 1 season. Billie Joe Bradley played by Janine Riley when she was 23 years old, and now she is 82 years old. Number 11. June Lockhart as Dr. Janet Craig. Janet Craig, a paragon of intelligence, capability, and professionalism. In her role, she approaches her work with a calm and composed demeanor, instilling confidence not only in her abilities, but also in the hearts of her patients and their owners. Janet's genuine love for animals shines through in every interaction, treating each creature with the utmost kindness and respect. Her compassionate approach to veterinary care goes beyond expertise. It's a heartfelt commitment to the well-being of every furry friend she encounters. If America had a mom, she would probably be June Lockhart. Few can convey maternal munificence with the conviction of this ever-perky, poised, and pretty stage film and TV actress. Lockhart grew from a child player to an ingenue in supporting roles in A pictures and leads in B movies. The daughter of character actors Jean and Kathleen Lockhart, she made her stage debut at age 8 and entered films at age 12 with the 1938 version of A Christmas Carol, in which her parents also acted. Lockhart won acclaim on the NYC stage in the late 40s, honed her craft on early live TV, gaining a 1952 Emmy nod for Best Actress, and found stardom playing warmly nurturing mothers on TV in the late 50s and 60s, most indelibly on Lassie, CBS, 1954-1973, and Lost in Space, CBS, 1965-1968. Dr. Janet Craig played by June Lockhart when she was 43 years old, and now she is 98 years old. Number 12, Charles Lane as Homer Bedloe. Homer Bedloe's determination to close down the Hooterville Cannonball sparks continuous clashes with the main characters, who are dedicated to safeguarding the cherished train and the essence of their small town.
Bedloe's strict attitude and humorous escapades enhance the show's dynamics, offering moments of humor and fostering character development. Charles Lane, with his mean demeanor and perpetual scowl, was a familiar face that could easily get on your nerves. Catching even a slight smile on his eternally gloomy face was a rare sight, unless, of course, he happened to be reveling in insidious glee after pulling off one of his many schemes. While he might not have been the embodiment of a man's man on screen, Lane was undoubtedly a character's character. You'd often find him in countless movies and TV sitcoms, playing the role of a killjoy with his thin frame, frowning face, beady eyes,
and distinctive beak-like nose, disdainfully peering over his spectacles. He had a knack for effortlessly creating comic moments by dampening the spirits of his unfortunate targets. Whether he was a Grinch-like rent collector, IRS agent, judge, doctor, salesman, reporter, inspector, or the neighbor from hell, Lane had carved out a comfortable niche for himself, specializing in making life wretched for someone, somewhere.
One of Lane's last on-screen appearances was in the TV movie remake of The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, 1995, at the age of 90. Just before his passing, he was working on a documentary about his extensive career titled You Know the Face. Homer Bedloe, played by Charles Lane when he was 58 years old. He died from natural causes at the age of 102 in Santa Monica, California. Number 13, Byron Folger, as Wendell Gibbs, character actor. Byron Folger's familiar face was seen in over 450 feature films and TV series across his lengthy and fruitful screen career, most notably in the 1940s as part of acclaimed director Preston Sturges' core acting troupe. After cutting his teeth on Broadway and in radio appearances, Folger began acting on screen in the late 1930s, with a knack for characterizations of whiny, shifty, mealy-mouthed, supporting characters. He landed parts in many features before finding himself in Sturges' gang of stock character actors. In the 1950s, he began to appear on television, with small character arcs and one-off appearances on dozens of series. Shopkeepers, businessmen, bank tellers, these sorts of mild-mannered, minor but necessary parts were his forte. In 1957, director William Bodine playfully cast him against type as the devil himself in the Bowery Boys comedy Up in Smoke. As television grew in popularity, so did Folger, who worked on the small screen with recurring parts on Dennis the Menace, Lassie, and in one of his last performances, the role of train engineer Wendell Gibbs on long-running sitcom Petticoat Junction. Wendell Gibbs played by Byron Folger when he was 67 years old. Sadly, Folger, at age 71, died of heart problems in Hollywood on April 4, 1970. Number 14, Elia Alman as Selma Plout. She was not a great beauty. Her credit in the Bob Hope, Bing Crosby comic adventure Road to Singapore is simply Homely Girl, but Elia Alman carved out an impressive 70-year career in radio, television, and movies, sparring with legendary comedians like George Burns, Jack Benny, and Lucille Ball. Fans of Ball's classic sitcom I Love Lucy will forever remember Alman as the chocolate factory foreman who puts Lucy and best friend Ethel on that ever-accelerating assembly line in the iconic 1952 episode Job Switching. Alman also had recurring roles on two classic 60s sitcoms. Elverna Bradshaw, Granny's longtime rival, on The Beverly Hillbillies, and the meddling Selma Plout on Petticoat Junction. Before her lengthy career on screen, Alman, who started her radio career in 1926 at Los Angeles' KHJ, provided the voice for Disney's Clarabelle Cow. She was married 3 times, including to legendary and notorious sports promoter, agent Charles C.C. Pyle, until his death in 1939. Selma Plout played by Elia Alman when she was 59 years old. Sadly, Alman died in Santa Monica, California, March 6, 1992, from pneumonia, aged 87. Number 15. Kay Cooter as Newt Keeley. Kay Cooter is an American film and television actor best known for his roles in Petticoat Junction and Green Acres. After graduating from high school in 1943, Cooter studied at Pomona College and UCLA before graduating from Carnegie Mellon University. He gravitated towards acting due to his family's show business roots and made his feature film debut in the 1954 romantic comedy Sabrina. In 1964, he landed a major role on Petticoat Junction as Farmer Newt Keeley, which he reprised on the companion series Green Acres. After the show ended in 1969, Cooter guest-starred on numerous shows, including Gunsmoke and Quincy M.E. During the 80s, he appeared in the video game fantasy The Last Starfighter and the horror thriller Warlock, and returned to TV in the sci-fi miniseries V. Cooter, who lent his voice to many video games and animated series during the 90s, also found steady work in commercial voiceovers, most notably working for Hershey's Kisses. Newt Keeley played by Kay Cooter when he was 39 years old. Sadly, Cooter died on November 12, 2003, from pulmonary complications at St. Joseph's Hospital in Burbank, California, aged 78. As we reflect on the incredible journey of the Petticoat Junction cast from 1963 to 1970, witnessing their growth and transformations, it's evident that the bond forged during those years has left an enduring legacy. From thrilling highway pursuits to heartwarming moments, these actors brought the California Highway Patrol to life. Their stories continue to resonate with fans around the world. As we explore their then and now, we celebrate the enduring impact of Petticoat Junction. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic trip down the California highways with the remarkable of the Petticoat Junction of yesteryear.